What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Let's go ahead and refresh this going on. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. I figured I wanted to go ahead and do this vertical. Get more love doing vertical. So let me go ahead and restart this at highlights, at followers, hashtag Pontiac, boom, hashtag Detroit, all over again. We do it all over again. And then we will hashtag City of Pontiac. Boom, Pontiac WYAC. There we go. And then we're going to hit the share button again. Boom. What's going on, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Now is almost heading into the afternoon. I haven't ate yet. But yeah, right now we are on. And as you see, we're in the lab today. We're at Pontiac WYAC headquarters. We're at the headquarters, y'all. Let's see here. We're going to wait for a couple of people to chime in. Come on in. I'm going to hit the share button. And then we get to going. Hope y'all having a good hopefully y'all having a good Monday, or I said a Monday. Hopefully y'all having a good Friday. All right, everybody. So welcome to Pontiac WYAC. We are here at the pod today, this morning. Just had just like I was just telling you guys, I just had sometimes I do what my business consists of. Sometimes I do funeral services, and just had a conversation with a lady that it needs to, funeral services is kind of hard to do, because you're dealing with a sensitive situation. So I do live streams for families that can't make it to the destination of the funeral, be it that they're in wherever city or destination that they are at. So I do a lot of funeral, not a lot, but I do some funeral services. And, that way the family can, join in and be able to watch that can't travel. So I would have been a little bit earlier. So shout out to the people. I don't know. I'm right here at the office right now. I'm here at the lab, at the pod. And I came on a second ago horizontally. But I just said, you know what? No, let's do this vertically because I get more love doing vertically. So today we're going to go over the news, the regional news. We're going to talk a little bit. I heard that they just captured the dude. I'm going to open up the phone lines for people that may want to call. You can call. Matter of fact, I'm going to open up the phone lines right now because we ain't going to waste no time. If you want to call, you can. The number is 248-905-1128, 248-905-1128. You can call Pontiac WYAC right now if you want to. And we're going to talk about what's going on. Matter of fact, we're going to talk or touch on this. We're going to talk or touch on this one story that I talked about yesterday. And it is more clarity about that. So let's go ahead and join with that news break is talking about, and let's see what it's about. Get more clarity on it.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
A teenager is shot dead, 2 others in the hospital after police say the children's own father opened fire on the mall.
We're getting updates, possible 3 teenagers. It doesn't appear that any of them are breathing at this time.
Wow.
We do have the mother on the phone. She's not answering questions, just a lot of screaming.
He's advising the shooter's still outside the apartment.
Copy, shooter still outside.
The shooter is now in custody. Police trying to figure out what led to this tragedy.
Wow. So that's more in depth to what the story was talking about yesterday. So yeah, let's see what this story is breaking down and talking about real quickly.
Now, we're told at 6 o'clock this morning, the children's mother called the police. She was sobbing. Officers rushed to Glenview Garden Apartments in Port Huron. If you take a look, that's where that is. It is near 24th Avenue and Craft Road. And for perspective, take a look. It's less than a mile from Port Huron Northern High School. And that's where the children should have been headed to class. Meantime, Port Huron schools put out a statement earlier today saying, in part, school will remain in session today. We know many students would otherwise be home alone, and we believe it's best to keep them in an environment where we can provide support and care. Now, the oldest child who was killed was 17 years old. The other two in the hospital are 12 and 13 years old. Let's get over to Noelle Friel. She is live from outside of those apartments.
And this happened yesterday, September 11th. What the world going on?
Noelle, I understand you've been trying to do some background in terms of the alleged shooter.
Yeah, that's right. We've learned from neighbors and people who knew this man that he was a maintenance worker at this apartment complex. We've also learned that he was charged with indecent exposure earlier this year. He pled guilty and was scheduled to have a sentencing this morning before this tragic shooting happened. And take a look. As you can see, this is still an active scene here. Police still have the area taped off as they've been processing the scene throughout the day today. We know that the suspect's 17-year-old son was killed. A 13-year-old son and 12-year-old daughter are now in critical but stable condition. Port Huron Police Chief Brian Kerrigan said the man's 20-year-old son and the children's mother,
and that was the Michigan State Police right there,
were able to wrestle the gun away from him during the incident. We heard from one neighbor who rushed to help one of the injured children. She said the man told officers he had shot his family before being placed under arrest.
I shot up and ran out the front door, and as I was running out the front door, I met the 12-year-old boy at the end of my sidewalk who was just covered in blood. I told the neighbor to call 911, and I ran into my house, grabbed a cold compress to try to stop the bleeding.
And counseling teams were available at Port Huron schools today for...
I want to know what the motive was, though, behind that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, yesterday I kind of did some speculatory things like that. You know what I mean? Hey, Miss Nikita, yesterday, hey, look, I want to show you something real quick. I want to show you Miss Nikita Port. I want to show you something. Bam. I advertised it yesterday and the day before, 2 days in a row, and I'm going to talk about it today because I really think this was this is a form of domestic violence. You know what I mean? This was this case or what's going on or what happened was, I don't really know. I really want to find out what's going on more with this case, but I did advertise this, talk about this yesterday morning, and I talked about this the day before. People, you know, I didn't forget you. Wanted to let you know I did not forget you. You know what I mean? All right, let's get back to the story.
Any children who were in need of support, Port Huron police are asking anyone with tips that could help in this investigation to come forward. We'll have more from neighbors coming up tonight at 5. Live in Port Huron, Noelle Friel, Local 4.
Still so many questions in this case. All right. Thank you, Noelle. Now, to another disturbing story that we're following today. A man is accused of trying to kidnap his girlfriend's child and then kayak across the Detroit River with him. Police say he made this child.
Hold on. Yeah. People are going. Their mind is on lunchtime, and they ain't never came back. People's mind has went to break, and haven't, came back from break. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Did you just hear what she just said? She just said, my man's just, listen to this. Listen to what she just reported.
All right. Thank you, Noelle. Now, to another disturbing story that we're following today. A man is accused of trying to kidnap his girlfriend's child and then kayak across the Detroit River with him.
Now, if y'all don't know how far those in YouTube land that's not in the Michigan area and whatnot, how far the Detroit River is from Detroit to Canada, that's a sick dude. It's not like it's a pond. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Yeah, it's mental cases going on for sure. You have to be like really watching your children, not only yourself, women who you dealing with. Hey, watch them. Listen.
They say he made this checklist of items with things like a stun gun, glass cutter,
He had it planned out. This dude said he had a playlist. Let's look at this. Let's look at this list of what he got. He needed locks, fishing kayak, total. He needed a Viking suit, paddles, fishing kayak, docking station, glass cutters, suction cups. Toddler backpack, pool noodle, whatever the pool noodle. This dude made a list of what he needed to kidnap somebody, get on the Detroit River, and kayak across the doggone river. There used to be a place called, when I was growing up and when you was growing up, people that grew up around Pontiac, and what was that? What was that one place called? And I'm not trying to be funny or, facetious or nothing like that, but what was that place called? It was a mental hospital over there by Summit Place Mall. What was the place? It would not Havenwick, none of them places. I'm talking about the real place. Clinton. Clinton Valley. Clinton Valley, they need to, they need to rebuild Clinton Valley. For real. But maybe somewhere else. Don't put it back there. But, but they got all these, it seems like they got these smaller mental hospitals now. And I'm not being funny and I'm not trying to be funny, but whatever happened to Clinton Valley? I think it ran out. So that's the name of it. Yeah, Clinton Valley. Wow. These are Clinton Valley folks right now. You know what I mean? Come on.
suction cup, kayak, paddle, and toddler's backpack. All this before officers say the man broke into the mother's home and attacked her. Jay Scott Smith live on the riverfront with what happened next. Jay, what a horrific story.
It really, really is, Karen. And this, by the way, is the federal.
Also, I want to touch on that Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist had gotten death threats yesterday. What's going on?
Affidavit. This is a really just awful story, crosses over through two countries, and it shows just how much a mother and child can be terrorized in such a short amount of time. Now, this thing is being investigated by both the Department of Homeland Security and the Windsor Police, and according to this federal affidavit, the ordeal began in February when Hamidi met the woman in.
To read this comment, mental health funding was cut in this space years ago, and all the patients were displaced. Right. But yeah, I remember Clinton Valley growing up. That's a place that, you did not want to be. We saw it riding past it all the time. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I mean, but you have to be really mental to make a checklist, a kidnap. I guess that's what you do. You make a checklist. Oh, we need this. He was prepared, but the dude was really prepared to get on. Do you know, trying to get on the Detroit River, they tell anybody, do not even attempt to try to cross that thing, either by swimming or a kayak or one of those canoe boats. Do not do it, because the undercurrent is so high and so dangerous on the Detroit River is that you might not make it. So you have to attempt to do something like that. You have to be off your damn rocker to do something like that. I'm glad he was caught, and I'm glad that the child was recovered and, given to his mom or whatever. Ladies, you got to be careful, man, who you're dealing with.
Windsor on a dating app. Now, he was using a slightly altered name, claiming to be 10 years younger. After the two dated for a couple of months, Hamidi began talking about meeting and spending time alone with the woman's son, using in text messages about taking custody of the boy and renaming him Shehzad. After allowing the boy to be alone with him, the child became reluctant to be alone with Hamidi, twice coming home with bruises after the mother forbid Hamidi from seeing her son alone. Well, that's when things get worse. The woman was the victim of a home invasion where she was beaten and strangled. Canadian authorities installed cameras in her home as part of a sting operation where she then allowed Hamidi to see the child again on.
You also see and listen to this. This kind of goes back to really what this show, what, you know, the theme the last couple of days, even with, you know, what Miss Nikita has sent me. It all's going down the stem of this. Who are y'all picking? Who are y'all picking? Yo, for real. Like, we gonna talk about this. This may be something we need to talk about, for real. But an uptick is going on. I mean, and y'all picking these crazies now. You don't want to be by yourself. Let's get back to the story.
June 24th, the boy was assaulted again, and U.S. Marshals arrested Hamidi in Royal Oak on June 27th, with investigators finding a chilling note on his phone titled Operation, including the mother's address in Windsor, as well as that to-do list showing those items that included such things as a kayak, a stun gun, the backpack, the wetsuit, bike equipment. It also had a life vest, toddler backpack, duffel bag, and towels for that aforementioned kayak going across the Detroit River. It also had a glass cutter, a stun gun were found on that list. And those are just some of the things that were found in there that they're also consistent with a home invasion. Now, there was also a ransom note that was involved in all this, saying that it was demanding $3.5 million Canadian. That's $2.53 million in American money, and also threatened the woman, saying, don't go to authorities because there would be a, quote, unfortunate outcome if she did, Karen.
There's so much to this case. Okay.
Oh, man. Who the hell was this? Yo, that's crazy.
So, Jay, he was in federal court today. Did he say anything? And is there a what's next?
Who was this guy that she met? This dude, like a professional hitman or something like that. Whoever this guy is that she picked up with. Ladies, yo, whatever you doing out here, because y'all want, hey, be careful who y'all picking, man. This is weird stuff. You know what I mean? Ain't no way in the world I'm gonna date a chick and be 2 or 3 months in with her, and then she got kids, whatever. Yeah, I want to go hang out with your kids. I want to go I ain't doing none of that. Men ain't doing that. So if you get a guy that's trying to do something like that, you know come on now. You just be careful.
With his case here in the United States.
Yeah, he was in court today. He's in federal court today. He didn't speak, only his attorney simply saying that he understood the charge against him. It's a single charge of attempted kidnapping of a minor here in the United States. He could be facing 20 years in U.S. prison for that. And that's not even factoring in what he faces across the border in Canada, where he's got multiple sexual assault charges against this little boy.
Unbelievable. All right, Jay, thank you for your work on this. And if you do want to take a closer look at that checklist that Jay was reading off, or maybe read some of those messages between Hamidi and the mother.
That's crazy. I'm going to go back to Miss Nikita Porter's, because I'm not going to stay on here too long. I just wanted to run through a couple of stories, but maybe this is a topic that we should be talking about coming up. Let me read this. My eyes are, not the greatest, but domestic violence awareness, bringing awareness to domestic violence. Join us for empowerment gathering as we honor survivors. Remember those who we've lost, and stand united against domestic violence together. Through education, support, and solidarity, we will create change one shade of purple at a time. And this is Saturday, October the 11th, 2025, 2 through 6 p.m., 165 Updike Road, Auburn Hills, Michigan. And the donation is $25. Miss Nikita Porter right here is what you see. So people in YouTube land, if you see her name, you see Miss Nikita Porter, you can reach out to her on Facebook. And, if you want to donate, even if you're in a whole different country, you can be in Indonesia. Like my man from Indonesia popped on the other day and was interacting with us here on the Pontiac WYAC. So If you want to give her some Indonesia ducats, but you can really, reach out. Yeah, maybe we got to do that, Nikita. Maybe you can come on one day or soon. I'm thinking about coming on tomorrow. Well, shit, today is tomorrow, but I'm thinking it's Thursday and it's Friday. I'm thinking about coming on tomorrow night. I have some gig work to do. I'm gonna be downtown Pontiac. That's one of the things I want to talk about, the art crawl tomorrow. So you guys need to go out and participate with that. I got to tell you, the bands that's going to be out there tomorrow night is going to be crazy. From 12 to 9 p.m., there's going to be a new band every hour on the hour. So, matter of fact, I want to go ahead, let's go ahead and go to some good news. Let's go to the city of Pontiac and let's show who's going to be on tap with this. Because I think I seen something where they showed the bands. I want to show the bands that's going to be there. I mean, bands that you know and love. Somebody had it posted, but I just don't know what they did with it. Here we go. I am going to go ahead and share that real quickly. So enough bad news, you guys. Enough bad news. Let's get that off and let's kick that off. We're gonna exit that. We're gonna go ahead and show some good stuff right now. Boom. Let's share this. Okay, so we have. I really didn't mean it to show it take me down off of it too. But anyhow, tomorrow night, September 13th, 12 noon through. It's gonna be a busy day for me tomorrow. But September 13th, 12 noon through 10 p.m. It's gonna be a busy weekend. The Pontiac Arts Crawl. And let's start at 12 o'clock noon. You have the Dirk Kroll Band. At 1 o'clock, the Polyester Players. They sound good, don't you agree? 2 o'clock, DJ Brazy. That's my little cousin. DJ Brazy gonna be on the Wheels of Steel. Okay, I gotta give him some. All right, DJ Brazy. At 3 o'clock, Henry Ford Big Band. 4 o'clock, New World Soul. 5 o'clock, Mariachi Krista. 6 o'clock, Kathy Cozens. 7 o'clock, Freestyle Band. 8 o'clock, No Boundaries Quartet. 9 o'clock, The Best You Never Had is going to be there. Let's see what we got here. Yep. Hey, TD Lou. So those are the bands, the sounds that's going to be going on. Flavors, we're going to have flavors in food, and we're going to have Courtney's Juicy Juice, Harold's Italian Ice, Po Sam's Cafe, Girl on the Grill, Sabor, Morica. I had some of that. They also pretty good. Pit Stop Fiesta. Then what did it say? Visuals. This is the art piece. Do we have Alex Aesthetic Art, Ill Type Arts, Mellow Souls? I'm looking forward to really get a lot of this because I'm gonna be down there getting tons of footage. I'm gonna have a lot to get. Infused Art, Yaktown Don't Back Down, of course. Dark Chamber, Lenija Bright, I know who that is. Shabazz Art LLC, Beautifully Embodied, the Grapevine Network, Terry Hoover, Turntables, Two Fly, DJ Two Fly Collect. I think that's who that is. The Glass House, Act Big Photography, Anika Lynn Collections, Carm Charms Collections, True Royal Universe, The Palm of Fine Arts, Shabazz Comics. So there's gonna be some good stuff going on downtown. You guys should come on down and partake in this. So it's gonna be a busy weekend for your boy, a real busy weekend leading into the week to come. So we had a good list of shows, and then, but first thing in tomorrow morning is you guys need to tune in tomorrow morning at Be in the Driver's Seat with the Queen of Carlones, Regina Woodard, and Dr. T. Teresa Moore. At 8 o'clock, they're gonna have my man Polk on, and your favorite Uncle Yodi's going to be on tomorrow at 8 o'clock through 9 o'clock here at the pod, and it's going to be funny. Y'all need to come on in and be a part and participate in that. And then on Sunday, there's going to be Reginald Wynn's podcast and Derek Denham's Rising Stars, and they be having NFL players that come in virtually or come inside the studio. NFL players, college coaches, recruiters, people to help young men get scholarships and get into college and talking football, but not only just talking football, talking life and, helping, so it's going to be a busy week here at the pod, but busy week for me, weekend overall, doing what I love to do. Then Monday, starting it all over again, But I just, we're going to set that show up, Miss Nikita. We're going to talk about that. I think that might be a good thing to do and talk about your organization. Maybe I'll just reach out to you offline, like today or tomorrow or something, or DM you. But yeah, we need to probably talk about that and go forward. But I just wanted to come today. You guys have a great day. I came in here to test some things earlier. Big shout out to my daughter. She's Detroit Pistons dancer. Right now, they're waiting for young Jeezy. To fly in. Young Jeezy might be here, but they supposed to be walking him in. And what's up, Don Hannah? So big shout out to my daughter. She's a Detroit Piston dancer. She's going to be the Jimmy. Yeah, I'm going to say it. She's going to be on the Jimmy. Hold on, a little thing. My daughter going to be on the Pistons dance is going to be on the Jimmy Fallon show. Jimmy Fallon is here. So in Detroit. So she will be on stage doing her thing with them. So I'm proud of her. Shout out to my son, Nas and Sante holding it down, doing big things. Sante got a gig that he's doing for me this weekend at the in Auburn Hills, because I can't. God is blessed. I've been, been able to pass off some gigs to my son that I won't be able to do because I'm booked doing something else. So I just don't feel like it. And I'm thinking, should I split the money with him, or should I give my son like all of it? I'm thinking about with this gig, let's take the whole bag. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about telling my son, because it's an easy gig too, by the way. Like all my son really has, they hired, they be like, you come do the gig, you just you come, we give you the camera to use, and you just take the pictures or whatever you want to do, and you just give us the camera back with all the pictures on it. Ain't no editing, ain't no nothing extra. Like, and I like those type. And then you would get $400, $500, $600 just for doing that, for real, for like 2 hours, 3 hours. It depends on the client. You know what I mean? So, but this is like a situation where it's a wild game show, like alligator, like these guys that like to hunt alligators and wild boar. So you hanging out with some different type of folks, you know what I'm saying? And they just want you to take some pictures, give them what's the name, and they give you $500 for hanging out with them for basically 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about telling my son, just go ahead and take the whole, amount. But the more I think about it, I'm like, I don't know if I want to. Hey, bro, give me something out of that. Hey, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have got it. So, So my son, Sante gonna take care of that. Nas probably gonna, we probably knock out this. Come down to the Pontiac Arts Crawl with me this weekend and help out with that, and be active. I just try to keep my boys active. They're grown men at this point, but I just try to keep them active, and as much as they want to come hang out with me and do, extra gigs or, work, allow them to. And my son Nas is a DJ, so he might be able to run into DJ Bray Z, which is his cousin that's doing big things. So Nas might get an opportunity to get on the wheels of steel for like maybe three minutes. So we'll see what happens, But with that said, you guys, I just really came to the office to test out some stuff. Um, if you got a business and if you got something, make sure you test. If you're a baker, make sure you hone your craft, hone your recipes. That way, when you get ready to serve that recipe to somebody, it tastes good. So that's basically what I'm doing, making sure that my equipment and what I'm trying to do when I'm working with people is up to par. So there are no hiccups and mistakes because they don't want to hear that. They want things. They want to come in this mug and they want people when they come to the pod, they want to come, sit down, do what they want to do, and leave. They don't want me fiddling and fumbling around with equipment. You know what I mean? So that's why I come in. I make sure everything is good to go. So, these hours that I spend working out, making sure everything works properly. If I'm hooking up a new camera or a new system or a new way, I have to test these things continuously, troubleshoot them, and make sure that they're working right. So when they come sit in those seats adjacent to me, they not thinking about it. All they thinking about is what their show or what their talking points is going to be. So that's what I'm basically doing, making sure everything is good for the clients that's coming in tomorrow morning and over the weekend. And with that being said, you guys, you may, like I said, see me tomorrow night come on. If not, probably, I know it ain't gonna be Sunday night, or maybe Sunday morning. I may be able to do a Sunday morning and come on Sunday morning. Compete with the churches, you know what I'm saying? And then, like bring some more bring some more serious topics going on. But with that being said, I want to say keep God first, family second, and you third. And in that order, you should never be made last because the last is made first. And with that being said, you guys, I am out. Have a good Friday. Be safe out there. Watch yourself. One love.